Hello, people. Today I'm going to be changing my s911 shocks, which are these small, stupid ones, to these shocks, which I have no idea what they are, but they're huge. So, you can see we have a little problem. They don't fit. So what we're going to be doing is making them fit. And we are going to have to cut the body because, as you can probably tell, if you're smart enough, that they go over. So what we have is a wire coat hanger that I cut down to make it fit, just barely sticking out of these two shocks when we put it through like that. So now we have to figure out how to connect this to this contraption thingy. So I actually closed the shocks in a little bit. So I think what we're gonna do, first of all, is put this metal coat hanger, wire coat hanger or whatever thingy through there, and then curl the ends around. So I kind of gave it a little curve at the end where it's going to be sticking out, and that's where I'm going to curl it around the shock. So I figured out how I'm going to connect this wire to the shock tower. I'm just going to compress it and then wire it there. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to flip the shock tower around. Not a big deal. So now they're steady. Well, like these don't slide. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this part of the wire, I'm gonna wrap it around here, around this, to clamp them like that. And then I think I'll use the most important thing ever created: duct tape. Alright, so I did it. I kind of broke this off. Well, not off, but I broke it, so I duct taped it. Anywho, this is pretty sturdy. I don't think it's going anywhere. So, that's that. Now we're gonna get to cutting this. So I'm gonna mark out where I'm gonna guess where it's gonna be. I think that's about right. Yeah. So just gonna do that and mark that up. Alright. You can see that I just kind of cut little tiny marks. Now, I don't know if that's actually where they're gonna be yet. I did it. I was actually correct. Weird. But that's what I did. Just a little cutting. You know, not bad. Pops off, pops on. Still use the pins. The shocks work. Alright. So after all that, this is what it looks like. I will be doing the front. So yeah. Alright, so last night we did the back. And now today I'm going to show you how to do the front. Kind of. Probably just going to do it. And you have to watch. But last night it was really late and I was really tired, so it probably sucks. I haven't looked at the video yet. So we have our shocks and we want to put them on here, but they're too big still. So what I'm going to do, or try to do, is I'm going to take this, I'm going to take off these, and I'm going to put the big ones on, and then I'm going to find a way to attach the tops of the big ones, which are probably going to be up here somewhere, to this. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use this wire coat hanger that I straightened out halfway, because why would I want to straighten out the whole thing when I can just use half of it? Anyway, I'm going to try to use that to fasten it to this, and I'm going to have to cut holes in the front. I already cut holes in the back for the back shocks. And when this is done, the truck's actually gonna be sitting at an angle. So just because the back is gonna be higher than the front, and the front shocks are gonna be sticking out a lot more. So let's get started. So now we got one out. And as you can see, the thicker side of this one actually goes to the top, and the thin side goes to the bottom. But the thin side on this one won't fit, so we just flip it around and then make it fit. It just slides right in there if we flip it around. So yes, they're going to be upside down, but nobody cares. Now let's get the other one out. There's the second one. And yes, this is wet. I was just driving it around. And as you can see, I think you can see, these are really loose now because there's no shocks. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take our aluminum shocks, stick the thick side in there, and just tighten them down with the same fasteners as we used the last time. These are the longer ones, I think. They might all be the same size. Anyway, turn the wheel. And you just want to fasten that down. You want it flush with this little bump that's right there. So to do that, you just kind of put your thumb there and feel where it's at. It's gonna get really hard to do, and it's gonna get easier. And then you're gonna want to crush the side part right here in to this. So that's one of the more difficult parts. There you go. Now I'm going to do the same with the other side, and I'll come back to you. Alright, so I got the other one on. And now what we're going to do is make them even. So you just want to make sure these stay down. If not, you'll have a very uneven truck. So you just want to adjust them until you feel like they're the same distance apart. That looks good. Now, I'm turning these in so that when I put the wire in there, they're just facing that way. So, now, you can just set it down. They're going to cross. That doesn't matter. We're going to take our wire here. I'm going to snip off the end. Now, I'm going to take not that, just kind of what you feel like you're going to need. And then you want to have kind of a little stand thing. Sorry about the gap in the video. I'm filming all this on my phone and I ran out of storage. So I think I left off telling you that you need a stand or something to place the vehicle on so that your shocks aren't getting compressed. And then you want to take your shell and just put it on the back, not the front yet, but the back, because you can't put it on the front. And then you want to find where you're going to need to cut. So I'm thinking that it's going to be right there. Then you just want to kind of make a little slit in there, something that you can find. Then you want to go to the other side and find where that one's going to come through. It's probably going to be about the same place. Right there. Oh. Make a little slit there. Now you can just take off your shell and find out where you're slitting it. Do that. Now you're kind of going to have to guesstimate how big the hole is going to be. So to do that, I kind of just start cutting small and then I start getting bigger as I go. So, as you could probably tell, shoot, that went a little bit bigger than I was hoping. That's okay. Get a small little slit in there. And then I'm going to put it on and see exactly where that's going to go. Wow, that's perfect. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Just going to get that a little bit better. Take that out. Take that out. And lastly, take this out. The reason why I start small is because small mistakes are harder to see than big mistakes. If you have siblings, you know what I mean. That was... Nah, never mind. Okay, let's see where that falls. There. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to start to chopping away. So now I've got them through the shell. And I need to find a way to hook this up to the tower. That's right there. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. Especially because if I do connect these two together, you're not going to be able to pull off the shell, so I didn't want that. I was thinking maybe I'd do one, each of them having one, or it would be two. There would be two wires hooking up the shocks to the tower, and then you just have to cut that line out. So I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, so I did what the 2 wires instead of just one that connects them and then connects them back. So they're each individually connected to the tower, and one's higher than the other, but it's okay. They're pretty sturdy, except for this one. This one's pretty loose, but that's pretty much it. We're gonna have to modify this so that these fit in there, but yeah, they work pretty well. That's it.